What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 7-Iron Golf channel, and today I'm bringing you guys our first video showcasing our 7-Iron Golf League, which is the 7-Iron Golf Cup. Shout out to our sponsors for making this happen, for everyone involved. And if you guys would like to show your support or become a sponsor, send us an email or contact me and we will chat. This season has 7 regular season events, along with a match play playoff format. We have multiple different series in our league if you'd like to compete in the net side or the gross side, or team up with your best buddy and battle it out in our 2-man team scramble. Today we're going to be going over a few things about how to set up your league play, TrackMan, how to get signed in, and where to find the event, and what are those little things you guys need to know. Also, myself, I'm going to play the last 3 holes at Gozzer Ranch with you guys here in this video, so hopefully I can give you some more details on how to aim, where to find the side screen, the wind, how the lie or the turf conditions might actually affect your golf shot. But before anything else, guys, let's jump into the video. Let's look into the details of round 1. Welcome to the 7-Iron Cup Season 2. When you come in, you book a bay, you'll see your times on there. For a single player, it's roughly like an hour and a half. For 2 players, 2.5 hours if you want some practice. Once logged in, you can head over to the TrackMan app, where you can go to the quick login, use your phone, and get yourself signed in and ready to play. And last but not least, you'll find the league under competitions. All right, guys, come play the last 3 holes with me here at Gozzer Ranch. A few little things that I wanted to do with this play along to get you guys engaged in knowing, where to find the wind, uphill, downhill shots. And as we go through it, I'm gonna show you a little bit more and more about it. So let's get in. Par 5, number 16, 501 yards, and it's quite a dogleg right around the corner. Hopefully I can just stay short of that bunker. That's about there, like 300 yards, and I do, which is good. Ball sliding left through there. So if I'm playing a practice round and knowing that, I might have hit that a little more right. It's kind of good to play some practice rounds too as you get more into this, especially with it being a competitive series. All right, so I sit here. I'm 213 yards away, 37 feet up the hill. So the idea there is to gauge what that 37 feet is gonna do. So that 37 feet is probably gonna add about like 5 to 7 yards. The uphill lie isn't gonna do anything else but just help my ball up in the air. And I can also see that there's some wind in my face. So how do I see that? Well, right here, you can see that there's 1.9 miles per hour, 3.1, fluctuating a little bit. Within the parameters of what we set, it stays fairly consistent. So what that is though, is that's gonna take a little bit away from my shot. So when I'm 213, add about 5 to 7, plus that, my golf shot has gone from 210 to 215 yards to most likely about 230, which is why I've chosen a little bit of a longer club. I'm gonna err probably just a little bit on the right side, knowing that I can't miss left. Now, didn't quite get up on the green, but really good shot. Good evaluation, didn't quite hit it flush, but you can see that I actually might have needed another club to get there. Chipping is where things can get a little dicey. So what happens is, you have to learn to judge kind of 25 yards. 5 feet uphill doesn't mean anything, but there also is a little bit of a lie and loft issue sometimes when we get into simulator golf. When the slope is fluctuating quite left and right, it's really hard to predict, but seeing that it's only 1%, it doesn't take into a huge effect on this shot in particular. There is a little bit of a corner here, so I am gonna lift this up a little bit, which I am gonna give you a little pro tip. If you're gonna be chipping in TrackMan, stay away from bump and runs and learn how to hit the higher lob pitch. Oh, good shot, just a little bit long. You can see that there's a white circle here. This is the gimme circle. If you get it inside that, it's an automatic 1 stroke, so you don't actually have to putt it. Now, it seems that 8 feet might be a little generous, but even in some of the pro events that they play online, when you're putting under 8 feet, it can be sometimes difficult. So having it into 8 feet is good. And along with that is we do play, putting is manually aimed. So it's not just manual where you have to actually aim yourself. It gives you the recommended line, which allows you to hit a straight putt every time, and hopefully you judge the weight correctly. Now, if you see that there's an uphill and downhill, a very easy way to do that math is for every inch add or take off a foot. So I have a 12.7 foot putt here, 4 inches down. I'm gonna roughly be playing this about 8 feet, 9 feet, and the goal would be is I understand that the screen is roughly like 9.5, 10. So I wanna just get this very close to the screen and hopefully judge the weight correct. And I did a pretty good job of it, but I did kind of feel like I pushed it out there. And when I'm looking down from this angle, and you guys would have seen it there, I might have started that a hair right, had a direct effect, and it missed it. Let's move on to hole 17. The goal for me would be is to hit something that airs on the side of the right. So I'm aiming right because I most likely hit my draw that moves right to left. So I'm kind of playing more of the TrackMan game before I get in and actually perform my golf shot. So let's see if I take the proper measurements to align myself correctly and if I can hit that little draw into the pin. Now I got scared, but since I hit it out to the right, it actually almost bounced down onto the green, giving me a really easy chip. Great leave, tons of stuff to work with. Now, I still in fact do chip with my 60 or high lofted clubs here to give it some good distance control, because when we get it going a little low, it can have a little bit of too much run sometimes. But you can see that a lot of the slope and the white lines are moving right to left. So I've aligned the TrackMan out to the right side of the circle, which when I hit it, you can see it's gonna get on the ground and it's gonna kind of funnel left. Now, that's a complete guess. It is a complete guess, and if you get lucky enough, sometimes you can just hold it out. That's awesome. Great content there, guys. Let's watch this one in. I haven't holed out in so long. I'm so happy right now. Hey! But it's cool. So it's like I aimed right, guessed, I chipped with a little higher lofted one, and then what happens is hopefully it gets in that 8-foot circle. If it happens to go in, well, that's more than just a bonus. So we move on to the last hole, and it's about a 450-yard par 5. I think the pin's way in the back, so they have it a little bit long. So we're gonna try to get this thing running right down the middle of that fairway there. Oh, let me give you a little piece of advice here too. So let's say I was a big cutter of the ball. So I really move the ball left, right. I hit it well, but it always moves left to right. Let me aim myself over to the left side here. So this is where you start to learn about yourself in the TrackMan game. Now I just hit it straight with my fade, and since I've aligned myself left, if I, guess correctly, my fade should end up back in the fairway. And if you're a drawer of the ball, then you'd aim on that right side and bring it back in. Try not to get too dialed into like letting TrackMan aim itself all the time. Try to fluctuate aiming right and left to protect against where you might and where you might not want to go, but play your game in the TrackMan. All right, we got 203 into the flag. I'm sure when you guys play this, you're not gonna have quite as far. I believe the tees will be situated about 50 yards further. And what we're gonna do is with a back flag, wind in the face, and no real lie issues from the middle of the fairway, we're gonna have some fun and try to hit this in the hole. Go. Really good line. Little slope there on the left side. So once again, if I was playing this, maybe this was a practice round, I'd be able to learn that if I want to jot down a few notes and be a little bit more of a golf geek. And now we have a putt. So we see it's 24 feet on the left side here. And it's 3 inches up. So it's 26 feet. Now I get a lot of questions where a lot of people be like, how do you judge this? How do you feel, what is the proper amount? That's a tough one. Practicing in the simulator like putting is really good, but what I really do like to do is I like to get myself situated, lined up perfectly. Take a little look at just kind of my target line where I'm going, which is just on like the left side of the ball in front of me. And now I kind of don't look up again and imagine I'm outside and what a 25-footer would kind of feel like. And just judge it. And whether you're on or off, usually you get a pretty good distance control, but remember it's 8 feet in the gimme circle. So it's 4 feet before, 4 feet after. So you don't have to be perfect with the putting. Hopefully this helps you guys a lot and it can kind of build some confidence to knowing a little bit more about the TrackMan golf simulator and how to use it in kind of a competition like 7-Iron Golf Cup. Enjoy this first round. I'm going to be doing this for each and every round to show you a little bit about the course, the makeup of what we're doing for the settings, and also just genuinely bring you in and kind of getting you a little bit involved within the 7-Iron Golf community to allow you guys to really, enjoy the 7-Iron Golf Cup this year.